Namaste, everyone. Welcome back. I am Ashley Turner, yoga meditation instructor and licensed psychotherapist. I am here talking about, we've been doing a series on leadership, particularly coming into your role as a leader, as a yoga teacher, as a health and wellness professional, a therapist, a coach, how you can rise into leadership and build your emotional intelligence. So today we are drilling down on the fourth component of emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence was a term coined by the psychologist Daniel Goleman in 1995 with his book that's been really revolutionary in business and organizational structure. And I want to apply it to you as a yoga teacher, wellness professional, therapist, and point out how you are most likely uniquely positioned to succeed as an entrepreneur and a business owner. Now, myself, I came from acting. I started teaching yoga when I was 23 years old. I never worked in a company, a corporation, and I learned as I started to build my business that it would have been helpful for me to work in a company, in a corporation, and see how they structured their systems, their human resources, how to work with other people, boundaries, deadlines, accountability, and I never learned that because I never worked in a company. So this has been a really big learning curve for me, and I am really passionate about sharing with you the things that I had to figure out on my own running my business as a wellness professional. So this is one of them, emotional intelligence. The fourth key to emotional intelligence is empathy. And most likely, as a therapist, a wellness coach, a light worker on this planet, a yoga teacher, you are already empathetic. Most likely you are already empathetic, or you probably would have chosen this field as your vocation. So you already have a step ahead of a lot of other business leaders and entrepreneurs. And the key is that empathy helps us to relate with other people. I can tell you that I have worked with many high-end executives that run billion-dollar businesses, actually. And every time I work with an executive, I ask them, what's your biggest challenge in your work? And these are CEOs. They're all CEOs of their companies. And several of them have companies of hundreds of employees, thousands even of employees. And I ask them, what's your number one challenge? And they all say the same thing: dealing with people. Dealing with people is my biggest challenge. Understanding people, how to motivate them, how to connect with them, how to build teamwork, how to get them to excel. That's my biggest challenge. And so your relational skills are going to serve you so well in building your business. But it's important that you as a yoga teacher understand how to connect with your students and create environments, whether it's your students, your clients, or your team, create environments that facilitate growth and excellence and consciousness. That's really what we're after, is evolving consciousness. So empathy is having a social awareness. It's the ability to read between the lines. It's the ability to be intuitive. It's understanding our environment, walking into a room, taking the temperature of the room, and then adapting accordingly, adapting our message, adapting our words, adapting the sequence of your class, adapting how you approach a client. It's also having an understanding of organizational awareness. When we're empathetic, we start to feel into other people, what they need, how we can motivate them, how we can just create connections with them. So your homework today is, when you walk into your yoga class, or maybe it's with your family, or maybe it's with your team, is to start by stopping, receive them first, take their temperature, feel into where are they today, what are they up to. I know for myself, I can get into my to-do list and my business on Slack and Evernote and Asana, and just keep driving through, and I'll be texting or Slacking my team, and I won't even say, hey, how are you today? What's going on for you? So those little simple gestures go a long way in creating connections and building relationships and deepening and motivating people. So considering other people's feelings, empathy is now more important than ever before, because we are in a more global environment. We have teams with very multicultural, diverse backgrounds, and we need to be socially conscious and build our teams and our classes and our retreats and our workshops with a very diverse population in mind. And how do we reach out and connect and change our languaging to be really helpful and effective to many different audiences. Leaders must learn how to understand their team members. Leaders, you as a leader and rising into your role as a leader, must understand what is going to motivate this person. How can you inspire them to collaborate? How can you inspire your students to challenge themselves, to reach out of their comfort zone, to look at things in their emotional life or psychological life that maybe they're not comfortable with? So the first is to attune, right? That's empathy, is we attune with. And in therapy, we talk a lot about emotional attunement, of just connecting with whoever's with us, being side by side, as if we're holding their hand, we're with them, we're on the same team. So hopefully that gives you some tips to cultivate empathy for yourself and for your team, your clients, your students, your loved ones, and that will help you excel as a leader. So that's our fourth component of emotional intelligence. It's empathy. We have one more video in the series, and that will be our fifth component, final component of emotional intelligence. So tune in next time. Please like this if you like it, share it, tag anyone below that you think might be interested and benefit from this. And finally, please leave in the comments below, what is one example of how you showed up today and were empathetic? Maybe it's reaching out and calling a friend or a loved one that's in need. Maybe it's going up to a student or a client or a coworker and just extending kindness, but creating a generative, nurturing, empathetic, relational environment. So one example, concrete example of how you have been empathetic. Thank you all so much. I will see you soon. Namaste. Big love. If you're interested in more of this building emotional intelligence, I have a upcoming meditation and mindfulness teacher training. It is live in Venice, California, September 10th through the 14th. Meditation mindfulness teacher training. We only have a couple spots left, so you can go to the link right below. I'll actually put it up there. That's not what I want to do. Okay. I'll put it in the link right below, and thank you all so, so much.